All right, lure weight. Those specs that are on the rod, and you see them right here along the back edge of the rod, those are important. They tell you what the possibilities are with this rod. Now, this is a medium light, medium soft action rod. I like to throw Ned rigs on this particular rod in the Falcon Clearwater series. It throws lures anywhere from 1/16 all the way up to a half an ounce. The sweet spot for this particular rod is probably going to be somewhere around 3/16 to, I'm going to say, a quarter. So those are the baits that are going to load this rod properly, and I'll be able to make a smooth cast without having to really shock the rod to drive it out there or lob the bait because it's too heavy. That's why I choose this rod. Those rod specs will tell you the range of the rod, but remember, wherever the bait that you choose needs to be in the middle of that lure weight category or parameters, if you will. So if it says 1/16 to half, try to pick a weight in the middle of those two borders. And that's probably going to be where that rod is the happiest, because you definitely don't want to try to throw a big 3/4 ounce topwater in this, because it's like, wow, this is my favorite rod. Let's throw a Top Dog Junior on it. Well, it's not going to work a Top Dog Junior very well, and it's not going to cast a Top Dog Junior very well. Now you could go to the bottom of this line weight or lure weight and try to get away with something like barely a 1/16 or 1/8 exactly on the money. Remember, when you're weighing these lures, don't go by what the package says. Actually weigh the lures, because if you have an 1/8 ounce jig head and then you have a plastic body, depending upon what it is, whether it's a Z-Man body or a DOA or a Bass Assassin, all those materials weigh differently. They're not the same. So understand, and some of them have heavier hooks in them. Maybe the lead head's an 1/8 of an ounce, but they're not really taking into account for the hook itself. So really weigh your lures. And if you buy a simple little scale for your shop or your garage, you can sit there and weigh these things on a digital scale and categorize them and know what baits are going to throw on what rods the best. Now let's look at the other specification on these rods, and that's line weight. It tells you where you probably should be, because you don't want to overline or underline these rods.